of Maryland.
Well, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'll tell you, looking out here this morning here in Ocean City, it's just a beautiful sight to see so many of our men in blue all together in one room after that terrible pandemic we've all been through. It's just great to have you back together again. Thank you, Sheriff Barry, Chief Neske. Congratulations, first of all, I know we have a lot of awards we're going to give, and I'm going to be here for that, but I want to just start by congratulating all the award recipients for all of their great accomplishments. It's great to be back here in Ocean City with all of you, and it really is an honor for me to be joining all of you for this 12th joint conference of the Maryland Chiefs of Police Association and the Maryland Sheriff's Association. I think these are two very important organizations that represent and promote the interests of some of our state's true heroes. And I consider it a privilege to be able to be back here once again with all of you among such outstanding leaders of Maryland's law enforcement community. Every single day that I have served as governor, I have been immensely proud of our state law enforcement officers, our county police officers, our sheriff's deputies, our municipal police, all of you and all of the men and women that you lead in all of your communities all across the state. Our state and our nation owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to all of you and to all of the proud, brave members of the Thin Blue Line who, as the sheriff said, run toward danger rather than run away from it. And every single day, we rely on your dedication, your elite training, and your consistent preparation, which is why for 7 years now, my administration and I have strongly supported the entire law enforcement community with public safety initiatives to enable you to be able to do your jobs more effectively. We provided more than $513 million to your local departments in police aid and crime enforcement efforts for your individual communities. We worked with you to first enact and then to expand a couple of times tax cuts with the Hometown Heroes Act to provide much needed tax relief for our retired law enforcement officers, firefighters, and first responders. We created a new Maryland Criminal Intelligence Network to collaborate with you in order to assist police and prosecutors in going after and taking down people who are responsible for so much of the violence. And I vetoed a number of misguided, reactionary bills passed by the legislature earlier this year, which would further erode police morale, community relationships, and public confidence, and do great damage to police recruitment and retention efforts. I don't have to tell any of the chiefs and sheriffs here today that this is an especially difficult time for everyone in law enforcement, in our state, in our nation. Because sadly, the unconscionable actions of a few have been used to question the character of and to demean all law enforcement officers and to fuel what I would call an all-out assault on the entire law enforcement community. Now, last year when the Defund the Police movement started gaining momentum, I was one of the first leaders in America to stand up and to speak out loudly against it and to completely reject the idea. Now, let me reiterate here again today what I've been saying for more than a year. Trying to reduce crime by defunding police is a dangerous, radical, far-left lunacy idea. This is a true story, we just had last week a city councilman in Baltimore City call for completely abolishing the Baltimore City Police Department. It's just crazy. Thinking that you can improve law enforcement by defunding the police is like saying you want to improve education by defunding the schools. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. Homicides are surging across the country. There are violent crime waves in nearly every major city. Law enforcement agencies nationwide, including many of the departments that you all lead, are struggling to attract qualified candidates. And many current officers are retiring early or choosing to walk away. There could not possibly be a worse time for anyone to call for defunding the police or for cutting funding for public safety. The fact is that our police are underfunded and under attack. And to reverse the tide of rising crime, first thing we need to do is stop sabotaging and demonizing the dedicated men and women who work for you and who put their lives on the line every single day for the rest of us. Enough is enough. We cannot defund the police. We need to refund the police. Instead of less funding, we need more investment in public safety so that we can recruit and retain quality officers, so that we can increase diversity, so that we can expand community policing efforts, so that we can teach better de-escalation techniques and improve training, so that we can provide body cams and other technology and equipment. We need to increase funding for law enforcement in order to improve policing, build more trust in the community, and most importantly, so that we can make our neighborhoods safe again. Cutting funding, reducing resources, reducing the number of police officers, reducing training and the quality of police officers is not the answer. I can tell you that the state of Maryland will not be defunding the police under my watch. Thank you so much. You know, on Friday, I had an announcement where we talked about instead of defunding the police, we're going to refund the police. It was the first in a series of announcements regarding our initiatives to do just that. Beginning with, as I announced on Friday, an additional $150 million of increased support for our police and increased crime control and victim protection efforts all across the state. Our Refund the Police effort includes an additional $45 million, a 50% increase in police aid to all of you, our local jurisdictions all across the state. No clap for the 50% increase. With vacancies rising and recruitment waning, we will be providing another $50 million to fund much-needed salary increases and hiring bonuses to ensure competitive compensation for all 5 of our state police agencies. And our Refund the Police initiative also includes $24 million to pay for body cams, de-escalation training, and other additional critical tools for both state and local law enforcement agencies. I know this has been something you have been pushing for a while, and I'm happy to announce that we're also putting an additional $1 million directly into your 2 organizations, the Maryland Chiefs of Police Association and the Maryland Sheriff's Association, to help you further expand your operational training and support. Our $150 million Refund the Police initiative will provide desperately needed investment in our state and local police agencies and in all of your efforts to stop crime. But that's just the start. There's a lot more work to be done. In addition to investing more in law enforcement, we also need to get the legislature to finally agree to pass tougher laws that hold violent criminals accountable. we've been pushing this for years. Twice we've passed it through the Senate, but the members of the House continue to want seemingly no accountability for violent crimes. We need prosecutors who will actually prosecute criminals, and we need judges who are more accountable for the sentencing that they give to violent felons and repeat offenders. In the coming weeks, I will be announcing additional proposals, including multiple pieces of legislation, to support all of these crime-fighting initiatives. And we're going to need your support and your help to get those done. In closing, I just want to take a moment to very sincerely thank each and every one of you for choosing to serve and protect the people of our great state. Not a day goes by that I'm not grateful for your service. And I want to tell all of you and let each and every one of you know, especially in today's environment, when far too often our law enforcement officers are unfairly criticized and don't get the appreciation and the recognition that they deserve, that you will continue to have the full support of your governor. I will continue to have your back and to continue to proudly stand with each and every one of you. May God bless and protect our law enforcement officers and all of the great leaders here today. May God continue to bless the great state of Maryland. Thank you.